Someone once said that what you do and the way you think makes you beautiful. And you honor this deeply gorgeous, big-hearted, original artist tonight. What Arno does as a photographer, writer, teacher, and man deserves more praise and illumination than the time Sally and I have been allotted. But 44 years ago, when Arno was a copywriter for an ad agency, he wrote the following line from Minolta: "What happens inside your mind can happen inside a camera." And that idea is true of Arno as an artist, a man of infinite imagination and such remarkable sensitivity that he is able to dream of something new and fresh and timeless and execute it with his camera. Sometimes it is sexy, sometimes playful. He makes you think. He makes you wonder about big issues and small, and sometimes just how the hell did he make that picture? Over the last 4 decades, Arno has had exhibitions at dozens of major museums around the world, from Arles to Winnipeg. No cities that start with a Z yet, but I'm sure there's one around the corner, as he's always flying off to some far-flung place. Arno is an equal marvel as a teacher, mentor, and peer. He has taught in Vevey, Helsinki. He chaired his department at UMass. He's taught dozens of workshops in Colorado, Santa Fe, Maine, Tuscany. Literally, thousands of lives completely changed forever because of this beautiful, sensitive, caring, supportive, insightful man that has been willing to give everything in him to his students. He is laser focused on you when you are near him, or he's looking at your work. I would say he's like Bill Clinton in that way, but he's not being a politician. He really cares about you, and he is interested in what you are doing. It's actually magic. He somehow makes you feel deeper, bigger, more interesting, and thoughtful than you had been. He's one of a kind. The brilliant Sally.
Scott is right. Neither of us have enough time up here to celebrate Arno in the way he deserves. How to even begin? He's a man of enormous generosity and kindness, and talent so light-filled and lustrous that it parts your hair. He is surrounded by a bright nimbus of what Nabokov once called aesthetic bliss, a state of being embracing curiosity, tenderness, kindness, and ecstasy. For Arno, even the simplest human gestures, a Christmas card, the love of his puppy Bravo, the care he gives to his students, everything he does is radiant and clever, but not too clever, and filled with the impudent joy of creativity. His work is genius. For decades, I have stood in awe of his tenacity, which, parenthetically, I believe is about 90% of art making, and his imagination and his ability to present the ordinary in an extraordinary manner. He makes the human race seem like a good idea, and I am honored to be asked to stand on this stage with him tonight. Here's a video to give you some idea of who Arno Minkkinen is.
Arno Minkkinen's work is extraordinary because he has focused on one subject for his entire career, his own long, lean, and limber body.
He's long and sinewy, and he somehow visually transcends his own form. I can think of nobody who has hacked open the same territory as Arno. It belongs to him. He has a visual vocabulary that is singular and unique, and something he forged. We can see the tremendous amount of effort that goes into every one of his pictures.
He's made it very clear how personal a body of photographs can be. When he was a student at Rhode Island School of Design, his professor, Harry Callahan, emphasized the idea of making pictures that were personally meaningful, that really represented him, his ideas. And Arno took that notion of self-expression and made it literal.
Unlike any other self-portraitist I can think of, He uses deep, open space. He creates powerful environments within which he conceals and or reveals aspects of his own corporeal self.
His first body of work he did for his thesis have some of the great images of the 20th century, really. Very widely reproduced, widely exhibited. He's one of the artists that really hit the ground running.
There's a timelessness in Arno's work. One can look at photographs from the beginning of his career and compare them with photographs now, and one sees the specific aesthetic that he's striving for, that his body almost looks like it doesn't age.
He's been incredibly consistent to those core ideas that he came up with 40 years ago.
Arno represents sort of the magic of what is best about photography. Not only in his pictures, but by the person who he is.
One of the great things that makes a photographer's work transcend for us is that it can be both specific and universal at the same time. And this is a photographer who really does that wonderfully.
I think Arno's greatest impact as an artist will be felt much later than today, because he's influenced so many generations in Finland and in the United States. If someone asked me, what is Arno? What does he mean to me? I would say first an inspiration, and then pure poetry.